In the wild, mysterious depths of Brittany, France, sits an old abandoned shack. Surrounded by ancient oaks and home to all manner of forest dwellers, it is here that we meet to share our stories. So pull up a seat, swing that light, grab your favourite beverage as we share another tantalising tale in the freaking shack.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back to the freaking shack.
We're just chatting away here about this episode.
We've been busy. We've been literally sat here researching, and we've found ourselves finding out all kinds of things. It's been amazing.
Yeah, including a quiz.
Up and coming quiz. Stop thumping the table.
Sorry. Elbows off the table.
Elbows off the table. But a quiz for just a little bit of fun. If you've been watching our episodes, come over to our social medias, TikTok, Instagram. We're going to be posting videos over there with quiz questions, some of them relating to some of the episodes that we've done, and some of them are just new little rabbit holes that you can go down at your leisure.
All about mythical creatures.
Yeah. Just to wrap up that series.
Yeah, we've had fun putting it together. So hopefully we'll have a few thrown on this week.
Yeah. And it should give our videos a bit of a revamp as well.
Yeah.
Something a bit different.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So this week we are discussing the hollow below.
Ooh.
Secrets of the inner earth.
So we're taking a dive.
We are taking
from
a dive.
The celestial beings down in the depths.
We are. That's exactly what we're doing.
Awesome.
Going from one to t'other.
I'm here for it. No idea, because you've done all this. I haven't done anything.
Well, we'll have a discussion about it as we go along, I think, because I've got like an overview and then a bit more detail about stuff.
Okay,
and,
cool.
Go away.
Professional to the last.
That's one of our listeners talking to us, is it?
Is
no,
it
I don't know.
I was going to say, because I want to hang the flags out if that's the case.
I'd love to think so. You never know.
You never know.
Okay.
I think I do know. I think the answer's no.
So, talking about the hollow earth, it's actually a theory, and its origins come from somebody called Edmund Halley or Haley. Halley. Here we go. We're already into words I don't know. In the actual 17th century, suggesting that Earth consists of concentric spheres with openings at each pole. So the North Pole and the South Pole.
That sounds a little bit three-body problem.
It does a bit, doesn't it? Yes.
Because I don't know if you've ever read the book. Have you? Stop it.
We can't say no one talks to us, and then when people talk to us...
It's not a real person. Anywho. Yeah, if you've read the book, The Three-Body Problem, it's very, very good. I've seen a little bit of the series, and it's good, but it leaves some bits out.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure.
As they do.
As they do, yeah.
But there are some bits of the three-body problem that I think are quite interesting. But obviously that was one of the models that was created. So that was quite cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this leads into like a mythical subterranean kingdom believed by some to house an advanced civilization. And the kingdom itself is Agarthia. It's called
Agarthia.
Agarthia. Agartha. And it is believed by some to house this advanced civilization. Legends of underground realms exist in various cultures, including Tibetan Buddhism, Shambhala?
Shambolic?
It is shambolic. Totally shambolic. And ancient Greek mythology's Hades. There we go. I can manage that one. So, Edmund Halley in 1692 was an English astronomer, and he proposed that the Earth consists of concentric shells with openings at the poles, He theorized that these inner spheres could harbor life and might explain anomalies in the Earth's magnetic field.
Ooh.
There you go. John Cleves
Is it John Cleese
Sims.
then?
Yeah, not John Cleves from Faulty Towers. No. This is John Cleves Sims, SYMMES, Junior, we have to put on the end. So obviously his father was called exactly the same, so that just confuses everything. In 1818, he was an American army officer who fervently advocated for the hollow earth theory. He proposed that large openings at the poles led to inner realms and sought government funding for an expedition to prove his claims.
Ooh.
I don't know if he ever went down there because that's some of the information I've got. I need to find out some more. And this was sort of scientific discreditation. Piers Booger. Yeah, what a name.
What a name.
I'll say no more. It's from 1740, and Charles Hutton from 1774 did experiments, measured Earth's density and gravitational forces, providing evidence against a hollow structure. Hutton's, here we go. You tell me, Scheinhalion,
I don't know.
SCHIEHALLION. Scheinhalion experiment was put.
Schnallion,
Yeah.
That.
Forget it.
It's a type of experiment.
It was an experiment particularly influential in disproving the theory. And onto modern geology,
Take a breath. Try again.
seismic, I think it is, seismic studies have mapped Earth's interior, revealing a solid crust, viscous mantle and a liquid outer core, surrounding a solid inner core. These findings leave no room for vast hollow spaces.
There's something like, if it was hollow, you could dig a small hole and call to somebody. Hello, hello,
Yeah.
hello, hello.
Yeah.
And that would just bounce around.
Yeah. Go all the way around the world and come back at you.
Yeah. Now we just do that with the internet.
Yeah, we do. That's what the internet is.
Ah, it is the hollow space.
It
in
is
the middle of
the
the
hollow,
world.
yes. The hollow space.
The void.
The void.
Quite literally.
Yeah. That's good. It's a good explanation of it, actually. So Agartha, this is the kingdom that they said was a legendary subterranean city believed to be located within the Earth's core. Is often depicted as a utopian society with advanced technology and enlightened inhabitants. Shambhalaya in Tibetan Buddhism is a mythical kingdom hidden in the Himalayas, with the thing that starts with a Y.
To the Himalayas.
Yeah. Sometimes associated with Agartha. It's considered a place of peace and enlightenment. Now, Nazi expeditions during World War II, there were rumours of nasty.
There's a lot of nastiness that went on during that time. I think it's an understatement of the century. Go on.
Nasty Nazis.
Nasty Nazis. Absolutely.
There were rumours of Nazi expeditions to Antarctica in search of the entrances to the Hollow Earth, fueled by their interest in the occult and the esoteric beliefs.
Mm.
That's when they found the Temple of Doom or something, wasn't it? Was it the box? What was it?
The Ark of the Covenant.
That's the one. That's the one.
The box. It's a big box. Don't know what it means. It's a big box.
Yeah, just don't open it.
Just keep it shut.
Yeah.
Shut the box.
I've got to say this. I was listening to one of the podcasts that we listen to quite a lot called Fire, Whiskey and Honey. And she was talking the other day and they were trying to get their sound better. And she'd built a box, right?
Oh, yes.
And she just happened to say, just as I was falling asleep to the joys of listening to their two voices, and she said, "That's it. I got my head in my box." She said. And then she went, "Oh, no.
That's not quite what I meant.
When you mentioned box, then it was just, sorry. Okay. Literature. Cultural impact in literature. Jules Verne, Journey to the Centre of the Earth, popularised the idea of subterranean worlds. Other authors like Edgar Rice Burroughs expanded on these themes in their works. And in modern media, the Hollow Earth concept has influenced various films and TV shows, including Godzilla vs. Kong, where a hidden world within Earth plays a central role.
Yeah, when it pops up onto the surface and,
yeah.
trashes everything. Whose insurance is paying for that? I just got to ask. Every time I watch these movies, like even in Harry Potter, when he gets chased by the dragon, he's on his broomstick, right? And the dragon's on the roof of the castle, and all I keep thinking is, who's got a ladder long enough to get up there to fix that?
They don't. They just have to.
I get the fact they just have magic, but I'm like, oh my god, the damage!
Yeah,
the damage.
Reparo.
Yeah,
and that's it. Done.
Just does it on its own, or when he does that tidy up thing in the house.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Slughorn. Yeah, maybe it's a bit of that.
Yeah,
but maybe it's just because I own my own home now. I swear that is like my worst nightmare. Is something like that. It's just that damage you're causing.
Yeah, like when water leaks through your electric points.
Yeah, when water comes running out of your plug sockets. Yeah, there's a whole level of
oh my god,
oh my word. What the sodding hell do I do now? You accumulate things when you have your house, right? I don't know how I managed to do this, but during that flood, we realized that we have approximately 47 towels that we used to mop. We are 2 people. Where the hell do we get 47 towels? Just to be able to mop up. Honestly, I don't know where they come from. I think they're breeding.
23.5 towels each.
Yeah. I think they're breeding in my airing cupboard.
Quite possibly.
There's like a towel breeding program going on that I don't know about.
Maybe we need to talk about it in an episode.
Well, there's also a hairband heaven because they disappear.
Oh, they mine do all the time with socks.
Yeah, but only one.
Yeah, only ever one.
Yeah. I think it's what was
there's got to be a sock fairy or something.
Definitely. Now there's another ding.
That's Rebecca. That's my granddaughter.
Thanks, Bex.
Thanks, Bex. She doesn't know now yet that she's on the
she's live on the podcast.
On the podcast. Yeah. I'll get her on here one day. She can come talk to us. Okay, we are talking about Richard Sharpshaver. Sharpshaver.
Sharpshaver?
What a name.
I mean, a blunt shaver is just not a good thing.
It's not, is it? You need a sharpshaver. Richard Sharpshaver. What a wonderful name.
Dick Sharpshaver. I'm sorry, I can't. Oh dear. That's a name and a half, that is. Oh my life. Oh, it's too hot in the show.
It's very hot in the show. We need a fan. Get a fan, open the window.
I think I'm our biggest fan.
We're definitely our biggest fans.
There's no one else.
Anybody else out there?
Oh dear me.
Right, come on. Richard Shaver. Shaver claimed to have discovered an ancient underground civilization of malevolent beings called Dero.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah, Dero. Deprimental robots.
I'm sorry, what now? Deprimental robots.
Deprimental robots. Okay. Who used advanced technology to torment surface dwellers.
Again, that's the internet again, isn't it?
It is. Yeah,
just tormenting surface dwellers.
Fiddling around with the algorithms. That's what that's doing. His stories, promoted by editor Ray Palmer, were published in Amazing Stories, blurring the lines between fiction and alleged truth. So in the 1930s, Richard Sharpshaver, I love his name, He was a welder.
I mean,
From
I'm surprised. I mean,
Pennsylvania.
Richard Sharp was the name of Sharp's rifles and
It was.
the what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. Wasn't really listening to the sentence.
Sorry. It's the guy that wrote the books, and it was Sharp.
Oh,
it was just called
Sharp.
Sharp.
Yes.
And it was Richard Sharp, and he was the soldier that they were in the stories. And that was where they made the series
called Sharp. Yes.
Yeah. So, but Shaver is Sharp.
Richard Sharp Shaver.
Brilliant.
He was a welder from Pennsylvania, and he claimed to hear voices through his welding equipment.
Hey?
Here you go. The voices he attributed to being dwellings beneath the Earth's surface.
I mean, is he arc welding? In which case, that generally sounds like frying bacon.
It does.
If you're getting it right.
It does.
Yeah. Weird. Okay, fine.
These experiences led him to develop a complex narrative involving ancient civilizations and hidden subterranean worlds. Yeah, these experiences led him to develop a complex narrative, I reckon. These experiences led him to develop a very complex, creative, made-up story.
Yeah. I think his creativity skills, his mind is...
Yeah. Shaver's accounts caught the attention of Ray Palmer, the editor of Amazing Stories magazine in 1945. Palmer published Shaver's story, I Remember Lemuria. That's what it was called, presenting it as a true account. The tale described a prehistoric civilization and its downfall, leading to the emergence of malevolent beings known as the Darrow.
Oh.
Wow.
I mean, I like it in terms of its story content.
Yeah.
Factual. I'm not so sure about that one.
Well, according to Shaver, the Darrow, short for detrimental robots, are degenerate descendants of the ancient race that retreated underground. Despite the term robots, these beings are not mechanical, but are described as sadistic humanoids who use advanced technology to torment surface dwellers. I know a few humanoids that do that on the top of the earth as well.
The interesting thing is that they retreated below ground. So they were previously on top of... They were previous surface dwellers.
Yeah.
And then they retreated underground. Where is the evidence of this, please?
I don't know. Their methods include psychic manipulation, using telepathy to implant disturbing thoughts and commands into human minds.
That's called the internet again.
It's called the internet. Yeah. Advanced rays, they employ devices that project ray energy to cause physical and mental harm. That's why you need your tin hats.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Tinfoil hats.
I'm going to wear one next time we come on.
Should we make some really funky ones? I think we should.
Yeah.
You need a good tinfoil hat.
Everyone in the shack needs to design their own tin hat, I reckon, and send us pictures.
Definitely need pictures of tinfoil hats. The more creative, the better.
Yeah. Abductions, kidnapping humans for experimentation and other nefarious purposes.
What kind of experimentation? That's dodgy.
I don't know. I could send them down a few notes of people that they might want to do that to.
Yeah. Hang on. Here's a few weird people that we're not quite sure about. We might need a bit of looking into.
Yeah. Right. Shaver also mentioned the existence of the tarot. Not the tarot.
I was going to say, it's not got anything to do with tarot.
And these are integrative robots, benevolent beings who oppose the Darrow and seek to protect humanity.
And they're called what? Sorry, they're the
liberals normally. Sorry. The tarot.
The tarot, they're the good guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The publication of Shaver's stories sparked a massive response. Amazing Stories received thousands of letters from readers who claimed to have experienced similar phenomena, including hearing voices or encountering strange beings.
Interesting. Hold that thought. We might have to cut this out. I just need to move because my left butt cheek's gone to sleep.
You know that will be a perfect little clip now.
Thanks for that. Appreciate that.
Okay. While some readers were captivated, others criticised the magazine for presenting fiction as fact. Despite the controversy, the Shaver mystery significantly boosted the magazine's circulation, there's a funny old thing, and influenced the UFO and conspiracy theory movement.
Royal Hat Brigade.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In his later years, Shaver focused on what he called rock books, stones that he believed contained embedded images and texts left by ancient civilizations. He photographed and painted these rocks, asserting that they held secrets of humanity's past. Though mainstream science dismissed his claims, Shaver's work left an indelible mark on science fiction and conspiracy lore. The concept of hidden subterranean civilizations continues to captivate imaginations, influencing various media and cultural narratives. There you go. You've got pictures now of
Richard Sharpshaver's
Richard.
stories.
Hey.
Amazing stories. I was trying to get a picture of what this person looked like.
Is that
Look at
him?
He's got a beard. And I feel like someone with the name Sharpshaver really shouldn't have. Is that wrong? Is that an assumption that I shouldn't make?
Yeah.
I feel like somebody with the name Sharpshaver shouldn't have a beard.
Should be sharply shaved.
Sharply shaved. But I don't know if this is. It could be him.
He's hiding his beard there.
He's got a mustache there.
Yeah. So he's not sharply shaved at all.
No, not at all. Bit of a disappointment, really. Got to be honest.
We could make up a tongue twister here about being sharp shavers, not sharp shaved at all.
No.
Sharp shaver has a. No, doesn't work. Right. I've got here. The North Pole flight in 1926 with Admiral Richard E. Byrd. Flight? He's called Byrd. Did we make up these names today?
Did you do this on purpose?
I must have done.
I like it. It's great.
Admiral Byrd did a flight in 1926.
I once knew a guy, or I didn't know a guy, but I knew a guy who knew a guy. If that helps. He was a sergeant in the police, but his name was Sergeant, so he was quite literally Sergeant.
Love it.
And I just found that very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
We had people that surname was Private. So you were private.
That's very sad.
Yeah.
I have to admit, though, you're never going to lose it. Do you know what I mean? So even when you're Sergeant Private or...
Yeah.
You're still a private, aren't you? It's like, oh, that's just sad. You can't even, go up in the ranks. You're still stuck with private.
Yeah, but even the sergeant had to be a private at one time. Private sergeant. Hey.
Oh, yes.
Hey.
That's going up in the world.
Yeah.
Even when you're not. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any funny names that are like relevant? There's got to be like, there was a guy who was a dentist or something, but his name was, there's just really funny names. And he should have been like a doctor because he had this weird name anyway.
When Dad went to the hospital when he had prostate cancer and was having bits and pieces poked and prodded around, his doctor was called Dr. Cox.
Oh dear.
Right.
Oh dear. Yeah. I had the nicest doctor in the whole world, my surgeon, when I had my wrist operated on 5 times. She was called Miss Fully Love. But yeah, she operated on my wrist and did a fantastic job, I will say. And yeah, her name was Fully Love. And I was just like, oh.
What a brilliant name.
That's fantastic.
I
Name.
like names. I'm into names now,
Yeah.
especially with this. Admiral Richard E. Byrd claimed to have flown over the North Pole with some conspiracy theories suggesting that he discovered an entrance to the hollow Earth. Byrd led an expedition that allegedly penetrated 2,300 miles beyond the South Pole, fueling further hollow Earth theories. 2,300 miles. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm not being rude here when I mention something called Mel's Hole and Bigfoot theories. Mel's Hole is an urban legend. I apologise if you call Mel. A supposedly bottomless pit near Ellensburg, Washington, brought to public attention in 1997 by a man named Mel Waters on the radio show Coast to Coast AM. Stories include the fact that objects were thrown into the hole, never being heard to hit the bottom, and unusually properties like reviving dead animals. So, like dead animals were thrown in, then they were found alive later on. There's all sorts of things about that the government came in and closed it all up, and then wouldn't let anyone go near it. And since then, it's been like abandoned. And other people they took his land away, and the bloke was sort of on the news all the time, and then all of a sudden he wasn't, and then he sort of came back for a little while and then disappeared again. But there's still this hole that can still be seen, and they still don't know how deep it is.
Terrifying. I mean, have you seen though that like sinkholes can just open up in the middle of like, places?
Yeah.
And that like where does that stuff go? There's got to be a void in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Well, but anyway, it's a big, huge urban legend, and there's a film on, is it Netflix or something like that, about it that is linked to it. It's not about it, but it is linked to the big hole that they can't find the bottom of.
Speaking of big hole, I just did a quick search on people's names, and career choices. Right now,
Oh dear.
apparently it's quite funny, because apparently Dennis or Denise, they tend to become dentists at a higher than average rate. I didn't know this. Is there anybody you know called Dennis or Denise who is a dentist? I have to know this now. But there's also patterns that have been identified among doctors showing high instances of fitting names in areas like urology, for example, where there were a number of surnames like Cox, Ball, Dick, and Waterfall.
Brilliant.
Oh my goodness, and I tell you what, it's just really funny. Clinical Neurology by Lord Brain. Oh my God.
Lord Brain, love it.
I think that's a rabbit hole that I may need to take myself down for a little while and just have a few giggles. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Digress.
We'll have to put some social media posts on, I think, and only if you've listened to this will you know what we are talking about.
Yeah.
Some people believe that Bigfoot uses extensive cave systems to travel undetected, explaining the lack of physical evidence. And missing persons, there's a correlation, maps showing clusters of missing persons cases overlapping with cave systems have fueled theories of subterranean connections. They talked about the weird robots doing kidnapping, didn't they? So there you go.
Weird.
Now, this story I'm going to read here.
Okay.
So, we have a story that you have to try and get into the mood of this.
Okay.
So,
wait. Swing that light.
Oh, swing that light. It's just here. Let's into the story.
Into the ambience.
There is a distant dripping of water and faint echoing footsteps and a low rumble growing louder and then fading to a soft hum. In the spring of 1911, a miner named Thomas Whitaker vanished without trace in the depths of the Black Hollow mine, nestled in the remote hills of northern Idaho. For over a century, his disappearance remained an unsolved mystery, whispered among locals as a cautionary tale. But recently, during a routine survey for a new mining operation, workers stumbled upon a sealed-off shaft. Inside, they discovered a rusted metal box containing a weathered journal. The pages, though brittle, held legible entries that chronicled Thomas's final days. Tonight, we delve into those pages, bringing to light the eerie account of a man who may have uncovered secrets not meant for the surface world. Journal entries. April the 3rd, 1911.
The deeper we go, the stranger things become. The walls here aren't just rock, they seem constructed, smooth, almost metallic, and there is a faint vibration, like the hum of machinery. But there's no equipment this deep.
April the 5th, 1911.
Last night I heard voices, not from the men, these were different, whispering in a language I can't comprehend. I followed the sound and found a narrow passage, one that wasn't on any of our maps. It led to a chamber with walls that pulsed with a dim blue light.
April the 7th, 1911.
I've returned to the chamber every night. The voices are clearer now, almost inviting. They speak of a world beneath ours, a sanctuary untouched by time. They call it Agathia. They say it's a place of knowledge or of peace, but also of great power.
April the 9th, 1911.
I can't go back. The surface feels foreign, distant. Down here, I feel like a connection, a purpose. The voices have shown me visions, cities of light, beings of immense wisdom. They want me to stay, to learn, to become one with them. If anyone finds this journal, know that I chose this path. The world above is not the only world. There is more beneath, waiting to be discovered.
Thomas Whitaker was never seen again. His journal ends there, leaving us with more questions than answers. Did he truly find a hidden world beneath our feet? Or did isolation and darkness consume his mind? As we ponder his fate, we are reminded of the countless tales of subterranean realms, of civilizations hidden from our eyes. Perhaps, just perhaps, the legends of the Hollow Earth aren't mere myths, echoes of truths buried deep below.
Ooh.
There you go. Oh my word. Go on, give us one question from your A to Z questions of creatures.
Okay. Let's do one that we previously mentioned in our Mythical Creatures episodes.
Okay. And we did quite a few. So there's quite a few creatures to choose.
We did.
And we've done this in alphabetical order.
Well, these are alphabetical in the sense of we're going to give you the first letter of the answer, just to make things a little bit easier. So this one then is, which is a malevolent creature who soaks their hat in the blood of their victims. Which are? There you go. Starts with R.
We're not going to tell you.
I'm not going to tell you. No, not at all.
No, we need you to comment.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the whole point.
Comment below. Send us an email, fshack03@gmail.com.
Love it. And let them roll in.
Yeah. All your ideas as well as to what ghosts that we are going to adopt.
Yep.
We want silly names.
Funny names linked to
jobs.
To career choices. Yeah. And I found, oh my goodness, seriously, we could do a whole episode on just that.
We
just
could.
To make everybody laugh.
And what's the funeral director's name?
Thomas Grieve
and Sons. Thomas Grieve and Son. Okay. She's got...
Yeah. There are so many. There are so many, honestly. There's weather presenter Sarah Blizzard, which I love. Funeral directors Wake and Pain. Terrifying. There's a runner called Aaron Farr. I'm assuming he's good at it.
Yeah.
A lawyer called Jonathan Law. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Dr. Mike Loosemore, who's a specialist in weight loss.
Talks about needing to lose more.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
There's loads. There's absolutely loads. It's absolutely crazy. A meat manager called Brad Slaughter. I did think that was very funny.
Ouch.
Anyway. There's just a taster for you. I could totally find more.
We need to find paranormal ones, don't we? Paranormal people that go ghost hunting that
have got cool names.
Yeah, like Spirit something.
Yeah.
See, old Sharpshaver should have been a barber, really, shouldn't he?
He should have been. Yeah, there was a barber in there, but I can't remember. It was, yeah. He was a head stylist or something, but he was actually called Barber.
I see.
Anyway. Ensuite.
Yes. I think we are just about ready to leave the shack. We're just getting hotter. Can you see?
It's getting a bit warm up here now.
It's getting very warm.
Yeah. So and that fly is really annoying me.
There's a fly in the shack. Death to the fly.
You're going to die, fly.
Do you think his name's Buzz?
His name will be Splat in a minute. Anyway, with that, lovely listeners, keep your minds open and your lamps lit, and we will see you again next time
at the freaking shack.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Contact us at fshack03@gmail.com or find us on social media by searching #TheFreakingShack. That's freaking without a G. We're looking forward to hearing from you really soon.